Hi, I'm Herbsha Plummer. I am currently a intern in the Principal Preparation Program at Prairie View and Agriculture and Mechanical University. I am currently employed as a science middle school teacher, and in this role, ESL science teacher, excuse me. In this role, I work with multilingual learners and I collaborate with general education teachers, support language development, academic growth, and also provide that equitable access to instruction for all of my students. So prior to my role, this is my 6 year in education. And I've worked in various roles from elementary in the elementary setting to the middle school and even a little bit in the intermediate setting. And in these roles, I've worked as a general education teacher, a special education teacher, and currently now as an ESL teacher. Predominantly, I've been in mathematics and science. Those are the only kind of core subjects that I've touched in. And I've done a little bit of ELAR. Well, I have done a little bit of ELAR in my elementary years. And in these roles, it truly gave me a deeper understanding of what differentiated instruction looks like, student support systems, and the importance of collaborations amongst educators. And so working across different grade levels and student populations, it has shaped my perspective, not only as an educator, but as a future leader, as a future administrator. So, one thing that it helped me to do was make sure that I'm implementing effective strategies that truly support those high student achievements. So let's talk a little bit about my educational background. I have earned my bachelor's from Texas A&M University, and I'm currently completing my master's degree in educational leadership at Prairie View Agriculture Mechanical University. So during my academic journey, I was honored to be selected as a Child Support Scholar, which recognizes students who demonstrate leadership potential and commitment to improving public education. And being part of this program has also helped me shape my leadership philosophy and reinforce my commitment to serving families, communities, and students. So, over the next 3 to 5 years, my career goals, I hope to transition into a campus leadership role, such as assistant principal or a instructional leader. In this role, I hope to support teachers through instructional coaching, facilitate professional learning communities, help create systems that improve student outcomes, and strengthen the school culture and climate. So this video that I'm doing is going to serve as introduction for observation number 2, which is a focus group meeting centered around instructional practice and collaborative perfection amongst educators at my school. So my site supervisor for this internship is Mr. George Beckworth. He has supported me throughout my internship experience by providing guidance, feedback, and opportunities to observe and participate in campus leadership responsibilities. So, the formal observation video includes a focus group of approximately, I think there will be about 4 to 5 of us, and we are, like I say, educators from across my campus. And one thing that I was very intentional about selecting core content teachers. So I have a ESL teacher in there. I have the rest are general education teachers. I have a science teacher. I have a social studies teacher. I have a special education teacher, and I have a mathematics teacher. And then to the special ed teacher, he also does some RLA. But for the focus of what I'm doing, I wanted to predominantly focus on, those contents. And so these teachers, they will provide, we'll follow up from figuring out our problem in video number 1 and figuring out how to implement strategies to alleviate these problems and how to solve these barriers in video number 2. And so prior to facilitating this focus group, one thing that I did, I reflected back on observation video number 1. I actually went back and I watched it, and the feedback I received from my university supervisor. And through these conversations, I realized that one area I wanted to strengthen was my ability to function more intentionally as a facilitator with the professional dialogue. I wanted to make sure that I was the one that was facilitating these conversations. And as educators and graduate students, we often heavily focus on theory and research, which is great, but sometimes we overlook the importance of intentionality and guiding conversations among professionals. So reflecting on this helped me with the focus group and creating that safe space so that dialogue is just more of that natural conversation. Listen to participants, and like I said again, guiding the conversation when necessary. So during the conversation, participants discuss several instructional strategies and share perspectives based on their classroom experience. Then so based on their experience. So, going in, what I provided was what I use. So currently, right now, my students are performing one of my data is reflecting some of the highest in the district for ESL science, and so I wanted to listen to them from video one, and I wanted to bring in intentionally. I brought in my data to show them my data, but also show them strategies that I'm using. And one key realization from my reflection is that many effective instructional practices are often simple. But a lot of times when educators are balancing multiple role responsibilities, revisiting these strategies are very important. So, our campus serves approximately 1,400 students, and our student population is very diverse. Most students are Hispanic, African American, European American, Asian, and multicultural backgrounds. So diversity is something that I wanted to talk about, and I was very intentional when presenting that data to them, the teachers, to let them know, like, hey, the teachers in this group, but the teachers at our school are veteran teachers. We love our new teachers, but they are veteran teachers, and they do make a difference when you're implementing these strategies, when you're trying to tweak things, when you're trying to fix strategies, because you want to make sure that it's not more so of a academic problem. I'm not necessarily an instructional problem. You want to make sure that the teacher has the pedagogy strength to be able to perform what you're asking, and so that's why I was very intentional in selecting the teachers that I wanted. And the teachers that I chose. So one thing back to the teachers on our campus, they're very diverse. It was a very diverse group of people, and that was intentional. Again, because I wanted to have that space of, I just wanted teachers to fully talk. Like, I knew we had this issue, but I wanted teachers to truly get comfortable, and I wanted teachers to truly understand, why we're here, how we can better fix this, and what strategies we can truly use. So for me, just preparing, I know that the preparation key, it was important, it was vital. So one thing I did different from video number one, I did not stand up there in presentation mode. I more so sat down with them, and by sitting with them, I prepared myself to sit with them, and when I sat with them, I wanted them to know, like, hey, I want to be a part of the conversation. I don't want this to be like, you're doing this wrong and let's fix this. I wanted us to have those open and real life conversations. So those are the things that I prepared for video one. Those are things that I look forward to talking about and how video one went. And honestly, I'm excited about this group and just how things are going. Thank you.